It is finally here. After months and months of rumors, DJI's entry into home robot vacuums is finally official. Meet the DJI Romo. Let's find out more. And you may be wondering, what's a company like DJI, best known for their drones, producing home robot vacuums? And as you may know, their drones have one of the best obstacle avoidance out there, and they have employed that same technology, that same experience into home robot vacuums. And makes perfect sense because, well, we do want home robot vacuums that can navigate, avoid obstacles, and not get stuck. Spoiler alert, it works extremely well. Before I show you the cleaning and navigation test, let's talk a little bit more about the DJI Romo. And I want to start with the design. It has a very striking avant-garde design. And to be honest, I received this unit a few months ago, long before there were any rumors or leaks as to what it looks like. And as soon as I took it out of the box, I literally smiled and started laughing. I've been exposed to hundreds of robot vacuums, and it's not easy to get me surprised anymore, but I was very shocked. I was taken aback by that design. I did not expect it at all, and it looks very interesting. Now, the design might be a bit polar because some people might love it, some people might prefer a more refined and classic look, but for those looking for something unique and futuristic, well, it does not get any more unique or futuristic than this. The transparent design lets you see the inside of both the base station and the robot, and it's actually quite fun even to see it in action. As the robot is working, you can literally see the side brush motor rotating, for example, and all the internals of the robot, which I have to admit, very, very cool. Now, for those looking for a more classical look to fit in their homes, DJI actually has 3 models of this. So this particular one is the Romo P, and this has a transparent base, and the robot itself is transparent. But they do have 2 other models, the Romo A and the Romo S. The A has a white base, but the robot itself is transparent, so traditional plastic. And the Romo S does not have any transparent plastic. Both the base and the robot itself are white. And surprisingly, there's very little difference between the Romo P, their flagship model, that is all transparent, and the other 2 models. And actually, there's only 2 differences. The first one is that the flagship model, the all-transparent one, has both an automatic solution dispensing tank, but also a floor deodorizer, while the other 2 do not have the floor deodorizer. And the second difference is the flagship Romo P has dust bag UV disinfection, while the other 2 do not. And that is the only difference. And in my opinion, it's very minimal, even insignificant. So if you happen to not be a fan of the transparent design, you're not missing out on a lot if you get the white version. In terms of features, it has dual anti-hair tangle brushes with dual motors and independent control for each brush. This is supposed to help in hair detangling, and we'll see that test later on. It has dual rotating mops for mopping. The mop can extend to the side for edge cleaning, and so can the side brush to sweep closer to edges. The base station has all the bells and whistles that you would expect from a flagship model. It collects dust, it dries the mopping pad with hot air, it has an auto solution dispensing tank, and as I said in the case of the Romo P, it also has a deodorizer and dust bag UV disinfection. The mops are also able to lift themselves up if they detect carpet so that they do not get it wet. And in theory, at least, it's able to identify liquid stains and particles, though in my tests, it did not work as planned. But this could very well be because I've been testing this with a beta firmware version. It's not yet officially launched at the time I'm making this review. So this most likely is a software thing that should, I hope, get fixed later on once this is officially launched and with future firmware updates. It also features a 25mm obstacle crossing capability, which is good but not great. We've seen robots able to cross higher thresholds, so this is on the low side. And lastly, in terms of navigation, it has binocular fisheye vision sensors for 3D depth perception and 170-degree fisheye for a comprehensive view. It's also able to detect very small objects as small as 30mm long, 15mm wide and 10mm high, and fine wires as thin as 2mm, which is great. And again, I did put that to the test, and we'll get to that in the navigation test in just a sec. Before that, I do want to mention 2 standout features that I thought were pretty cool. The first one is kitchen mode. So due to kitchens most likely having grease, they are cleaned last, with the robot returning to the base for mop washing after cleaning. And it also has a degreasing function, which pumps cleaning solution directly to the mopping pads for grease removal when it's cleaning the kitchen, which is a very cool feature. That's for the kitchen, and then the second cool feature is for the bathroom. After cleaning the bathroom, it automatically returns back to the cleaning station to clean and wash the mopping pads to avoid cross-contamination, which is also nice. Now let's talk about how well it navigates, and honestly, I had very high expectations of the Romo, and it did not disappoint. As you can see, I set out an obstacle course for the Romo, and it flawlessly navigated around the wire, the socks, even the pet poop. It did not touch anything, it did not get stuck, it did not eat up the cable, which is quite impressive. And prior to testing the DJI Romo, Narwhal actually had, in my opinion, the best navigation out there. It had dual AI cameras, and in my opinion, none of the other competitors came close to how well the Narwhal navigated and detected obstacles. And that is until DJI got into the game. I would put it up there with Narwhal and be the best that I've tested with navigation and obstacle avoidance. I also put a long wire or long cable on the floor, and as you can see, it just navigated along the contours of the cable without touching it and without getting stuck on it. And as great as any robot's navigation is, it is pretty useless if it does not clean well, which brings me to the cleaning performance. And here again, I was very pleasantly surprised with a few caveats. Vacuuming was pretty good, however, I could not test it on my high-powered carpets because it kept triggering an error that the brush roll is stuck.
Roller brush stuck. Clear object. Then press start button to continue.
I have seen this with a couple of robot vacuums that I've tested. I have shared that feedback with DJI. I don't know if they can do any software tweaks in the future to potentially decrease the sensitivity of the brush roll throwing that error, but I was not able to clean my high-piled carpet, and therefore I could not test how effective the vacuuming is. But in terms of mopping, it was pretty good. I did a stress test with coffee and ketchup that have been dried out over 12 hours, and these are very tough stains to remove, especially the ketchup. Even wet and dry stick vacuums struggle to get that mess out, and they do require multiple passes. But nonetheless, I like to run that test to see both how effective the mopping is, but also if the stains are detected and it goes back to mop again. Unfortunately, the Romo did not detect them as stains and did not go back to mop them again. Once it finished mopping, it went back to the base, and I had to send it back manually multiple times. And now with the coffee, as expected, it got that stain out rather quickly. The ketchup is a different story, and again, this is a very tough stain. Eventually, it did get it out, but it did require multiple passes before it did that. In terms of its edge cleaning performance, it was extremely well. It got very close to the edge. However, there was something bizarre, and that is probably because that wall on which I poured the coffee does come to an abrupt end. So towards the end of that path, it would kick the back of the robot away from the wall, which resulted in a portion of that stain not being cleaned. Now again, do keep in mind, I have been testing this on beta software. This is not yet released, so there's a very good chance that these quirks will be later fixed with a firmware update once the Romo is officially launched. Earlier, I said it has excellent cleaning performance with two caveats, and that is, the first one was that it did not detect the stains to go back and remop. But to be honest, very few robots that claim it are able to do that actually are able to do that. But again, this could be something that could be fixed with a software update. The second one is liquid spill detection. In my tests, that did not work. I poured some milk on the floor. It did detect the milk, however, not as a liquid stain, but rather as an obstacle, and avoided cleaning it altogether. Although in the app, there is the option to tell the robot how to behave if it comes across a liquid spill, and I had it set at clean that spill, but it did not. And again, I share that feedback with DJI, and this most likely is something they can fix with a software update. As of this moment, it does not seem to detect spills. Lastly, the anti-hair tangle test was not 100% tangle-free, but this is something I see on most robot vacuum cleaners. I'm yet to test a single one that's actually 100% tangle-free. I would classify the performance of this as pretty good though, compared to all the others that I've tested. While it was not 100% tangle-free, it did a fairly good job, and more importantly, the tangled hair was easy to get out. So here are my thoughts on the DJI Romo. As far as rotating mopping robots go, I think the DJI Romo is one of the better ones that I've tested. Its navigation and obstacle avoidance is really second to none. It performed flawlessly over there. And alongside Narwhal, I think they are far ahead of anyone else in the market today. The cleaning performance was pretty good. The edge cleaning performance was excellent. There are a few quirks, as I said, which I'm hoping could be fixed with software updates, like how it started to recognize obstacles like liquid spills, for example. But at times, even when I had a lot of hair on the floor, it recognized that as an obstacle. But this is something that's easily tweaked in software. I do wish it had a higher threshold crossing capability, but if you don't have thresholds in your house, this is a non-issue for you. The only thing I really wish it did have was the ability to drop the mopping pads in the station, to something we see on a few flagship models, so as to not get your carpets wet. It does have the ability to lift the mops up, but if you have higher pile carpets, that is typically not enough and they're still going to get wet. And this is where the ability to drop the mops would have been nice, but not essential, because you can set it to clean the carpets first before it starts mopping, thus by ensuring the mopping pads are still dry and not getting your carpets wet. But despite those minor things, I still think the DJI Romo is a great robot mopping vacuum. At this point, I'm not sure what the price is going to be at launch, so I cannot comment on the value for money. However, I will put links in the description to the product page once I have those from DJI. These may be affiliate links, so if you do decide to purchase, I would appreciate if you would go through these links. I may earn an extra commission at absolutely no extra cost to you, but this will greatly help support the channel. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel, as this encourages me to continue producing content. Until next time, cheers.